What's poppin', yo? Plaqueboymax has been really on a tear. I haven't personally watched any streams of his, but I've seen a ton of clips. I've been seeing the guy for a couple of years now, since Bob-Lam and Patrick CC used to do content with him here and there. I don't think he was exclusively hip-hop. He used to cover a lot more underground stuff. I think the first time I discovered him was from this basketball vlog he did with Young Chris at the time, which is probably a throwback name to some of you young bucks. But recently, he had this, I wouldn't call it a back and forth, with Drake as well as Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign. So I want to cover both. First, we'll touch on Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign because that's the most recent part, and then we'll go to Drake. So Lil TJ has not mattered in years. Let's just put that out there. Lil TJ dropped an album last year. The guy fumbled. I mean, with all due respect, the guy got shot a bunch of times. He survived. Thank the Lord. Thank God. And he kind of just straight up fumbled it worse than nobody fumbled worse than the Bobby Shmurda prison release. But he just didn't really drop. What he did drop was garbage. This guy just released another album? Oh my God. Yeah, I just looked this up. What the hell? Anyway, we're really not paying attention to TJ like that. If you are, let me know. But he dropped this album 2023. That really didn't do too much from what I saw. Fabio Foreign, he's not as hot as what he once was. And the last time Lil TJ was really up there was Calling My Name, which was how many years ago? Or Calling My Phone. Excuse me. Regardless, even if he was hot, it wouldn't excuse what he was doing. Fabio Foreign, on the other hand, okay. You guys have known, I've been supporting Fabio Foreign. I've wanted the guy to win. When he's had songs, I've supported it. But the last time we heard about Fabio Foreign was what? Donda? Let's keep it a buck. City of Gods? That was Kanye West and Alicia Keys. And they really pushed that song hard. That song had an incredibly strong industry push. So Fabio Foreign, keep in mind, Fabio Foreign is pushing 40. Maybe 37, 38. The context here matters. So Plaqueboymax, he does these in the booths. I don't know if this was one of them, but he just engineers, he plays some beats, and he has people at the crib, and they're just chopping it up, recording, whatever the case may be. So Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign are in there, and they start smoking. So he asks them to stop. Let me just play you guys the clip. We're going to have to dodge some copyright because whoever owns this beat is going to come chasing. It's an annoying thing to deal with, but that's not your guys' problem. I'm not bringing you that bad vibes. So we're going to try to play the clip as much as possible.
Oh, it should be in a bag. I want to smoke.
It's right. It's just right? Yeah.
Oh.
Stop playing the song. Stop playing the song.
What'd you say?
Stop playing the song.
Who's smoking? Who's smoking? Yo, TJ.
What's up? Who the
Yo, this a B&B. You can't smoke in here. This shit gonna go off.
Oh, this shit.
Yeah. I appreciate you though. But yeah.
Yo, say play the song we just made.
Yo, bro. Yo, you can't smoke in here. This shit gonna go off. Please. I appreciate you. Can you show them where, in the back, they cannot smoke in them? I'm gonna download it. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. If niggas smoking here, I'm gonna have to shut this bitch down. This stream done.
Y'all to the back. Backyard.
There's a backyard.
Oh, Bobby? Where you going?
No, I'm gonna go through.
Alright, where Uncle?
It's in the back. Can you show them?
No.
Oh, they different? Alright, brother.
So you just heard that. The first time he asks them very politely, he said, "Oh, yo, you can't smoke in here. That thing's gonna go off." And whose responsibility is this? This is Max's responsibility It's his Airbnb. If he gets banned, he's the one getting banned. Nothing's happening to them, which is an issue that happens to rappers' managers all the time. A lot of them end up getting banned on Airbnb because of the behavior of the rapper. The rapper's already banned on Airbnb, and then it's just absolute chaos, man. It's so these guys, they start lighting it up a second time. And I'm just like, what the hell? And then you heard the way that the first guy, I don't know if that was Fabio or TJ, it was somebody's like, man, I gotta smoke. It's like, you guys have seen that Dave Chappelle skit, right? Where like the crackhead's like scratching his neck. That's what it sounded like. The guy's like, man, I need to smoke. It's like, yo, chill. Like, calm down, man. So the first time it's like, okay, maybe they didn't know. They're used to just popping in anywhere to people's crib and smoking, which is not a regular thing. Regular people don't do this. I don't know anybody that does this other than rappers. Usually people say, hey, man, can I smoke in here? Especially if it's weed or cigarettes. Because, yeah, just weed or cigarettes, people that can smoke usually will step outside to be polite. But they may just say, hey, are we allowed to smoke in here? But no, these guys lit up off the rip. This is already a level of disrespect that may be unintentional from their behalf. Who knows? Regardless, the second time it's disrespectful. Unless their brains are so fried from the weed. I know I said that to trigger some people in the comments that are going to say, man, weed doesn't fry your brain. Listen, I don't care if it does or not. Like, if you, I just really, really can't stand these addicts. Like, if you're like one of these guys that, yo, I can't do an hour without smoke, you're an addict. I don't care what you say. I don't care what science you bring up. Keep your science. Sit down somewhere over there. Because even if science said the opposite, and it said that, if it said that weed was bad, you would somehow disregard those studies anyway. So sit down over there, smoke your weed, calm down. I thought it was supposed to keep you calm. But whenever somebody says anything about weed, you guys are up in arms, jittering and stuff. So second time happens, right? These guys are lighting up for a third time. It's like, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times. Like, come on, man. I can't believe we're quoting J. Cole lyrics after what he's done, or hasn't done, we should call it. So then they end up leaving. All good. Nothing goes left. The part that really, really grinds my gears is the people in the comments. And this is why rappers' behavior is trash. The majority of rappers. Is because fans justify it. We got some absolute fool in the comments saying, well, a lot of people are saying this is disrespectful, but we got some fools saying stuff like, man, imagine if it was Future or Young Thug. Would you say they shouldn't smoke? Why invite me to your Airbnb where I can't smoke? I'm out of there and I'm never coming back. This guy, I never want people like this around me. And this is the thing where some of you ask, yo, why don't some people do content with rappers? Or why even people that are popping, right? Why don't some people do content with, this is why. It's an inconvenience in every single way you could possibly think of. For what, like a little drip of clout? And this is one thing that I'm liking now is rapper, like for example, Aiden Ross, 2021, all due respect to Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross would have let this rock. Because Aiden's like, yo, I don't want to piss anybody off. I don't want to. But now streamers are realizing, and I think Aiden paved the way for this. These streamers are realizing like, hey, number one, we don't need you. We already got our money. If we're making more money than you or not, it doesn't matter. Which these top streamers, they are making more money than the rappers. So like, yeah, hey, if you don't appreciate, and if we're not coming here as peers, and if you don't appreciate and respect what we got going on, you can leave. And I love this. I love this so much because everybody else bends over backwards, gobbles on rappers, including you fans that are just like, man, he should have let them smoke. It's bizarre. And this is the thing. This is consistent behavior because some of you might be saying, man, y'all tripping. Like, it's not that big of a deal. He's not addicted to smoking. Like, he just want to smoke. Like, he just want to vibe out. Like, he can't have music on and not be smoking. Okay. All right. Let me ask for you weed junkies in here, right? Lil TJ, he was in an Asian country. I'm not going to say exactly which one because, I mean, he's not even there anymore. I don't want to get him into trouble. Think Japan, South Korea, China, Singapore, Malaysia even, we'll throw it in there. Countries where weed is really, 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 really illegal. UAE, which is where Dubai's at, although UAE is not an Asian country. So think of those types of countries. Lil TJ was doing a show out there, or multiple shows, and this guy pulled up with weed. Lil TJ pulled up with weed. 2 countries where you can get a life sentence. Number one, you're going to prison for sure, and you can get a life sentence for weed. You're telling me this guy's not an addict. You're telling me this guy's not a dunce. You're telling me that this guy's got 2 brain cells to rub together to spark the match, to light up an idea. Please. So would you do that? You weed heads that are like, man, I gotta smoke. Are you risking that? Because if you are, then, hey, God bless you. Because you're going to need a lot of blessings from God to get through whatever you got to get through. Because we saw what happened to DJ Esco. He just had like some crumbs of weed that he didn't even know he still had from Amsterdam. And he did 56 nights in Dubai. So this guy pulled up with the weed. And I'm pretty sure what happened was I think he pulled up in a private jet or something. And then he was saying that, yeah, you know, like I'm allowed to bring it. I brought on the private jet. Like, where can we smoke? Or like, are you trying to smoke? And he's trying to get weed in these countries too. So I think in 1 or 2 of the countries, he was trying to get weed, but I know he for sure brought weed. And then like people were advising him, his team and people on the ground, right, yo, get rid of that. Like ASAP. Like this is not, you don't want to do this. And this is 100% what's the proof? Trust me, bro. Like I'm not going to just leak who did this stuff. And this is the thing. Lil TJ has been out of the loop for so long, and he's disrespectful because he's trying to little bro people all the time. Remember the back and forth that Lil TJ had with Kai Cenat? Because I'm on Lil TJ today. Not necessarily Fabio Foreign. Fabio Foreign's done some rude stuff, but I do think Fabio Foreign is a bit more mature. Like, he won't take things as insulting because the guy's almost 40. Like, I think he is a weed addict, and he is just like any other rapper, and he's had, not back and forths, but he's been rude. He's just regular rapper rude. Lil TJ's another level of rapper rude, and he was trying to play Aiden Ross too. So Lil TJ had shared a clip of Kai Cenat when Kodak Black was on his live, when Kodak Black was strung out. I think it was during the Mafia-thon. And he says, I fake hate this kid. Him and Aiden, the biggest D-riders in life. And then he revealed these DMs that he had with Aiden, where he called him a D-sucker. And then Aiden Ross responds, Kai Cenat responds, who was nothing but respectful to, what's his name, Lil TJ. So Lil TJ's just on some weird stuff. He's kind of in his own world because when he came back in 2023 or so, he thought everybody, or 2022, he thought everybody was going to be there, and he thought he was just as hot as he was before, but he's not. So Lil TJ is already, I don't know what the hell is wrong with this guy. I don't think he understands the modern landscape where to these young bucks, it's not 2019. It's not pop out with you and Polo G. You're not cool to all the young bucks over these streamers that they're spending after school with every single weekday. He's got to get that out of his head. Times have changed. So moving on to the Drake situation. So first I want to go through this clip of DDG, who just recently had a song Pink Dreads with Plaqueboymax that they recorded on their In the Booth. It was going really, really, I wouldn't say viral across. It was going viral in that sub-circle of like hip-hop, young guys, streamers. I do think it'll continue to pick up over time, but that's where it started, because real virality, that thing would have had like 8 million streams right now on Spotify, if not more, which it doesn't. It has maybe a couple million, which is a lot. Yeah, it's got almost 3 million from December 25th, Christmas Day. But DDG really shouts out and shows appreciation for Lil TJ. So I'll play you guys that clip right now.
I don't think the song would be as big as it was if it wasn't done on Max stream. He leader of the YNs, y'all. I want to personally give a shout out to Max. He got some, he changing the rap game and he don't even know. So I know if I would have did the song on a different platform, it wouldn't be as big. So this is equally as important. But I had to also come with the bars, come with the song, the melody, boom, boom, which is second nature for me. And I can say this, probably like next year, he gonna be doing In the Booths with niggas like Drake and shit. You know how On the Radar is? He gonna be doing shit like that. Ice Spice, Drake, you know, even more mainstream names type shit. So shout out Max, y'all. The music video is gonna drop tomorrow.
This is one of the reasons why do I really clown DDG? I don't feel like I do. We've given DDG critiques. The majority of y'all be clowning DDG. But we got to give respect where respect is due. DDG has been one of the rappers to actually conduct himself like a human being and show a level of respect and appreciation and understand the value that other people bring from way back in Aiden Ross. Because if you remember the 2021 Aiden Ross stuff, and I think Tory's another guy that offers a lot of respect to people too. When Moonwalking in Calabasas was going on, and DDG and Blueface were rocking together, and they were doing that stream with Aiden Ross, and Blueface was tweaking out and showing like at Krishan Rock, and they were showing zero respect for Aiden. Like, they were treating him like dirt. DDG was the one guy that the chat messed with, and part of this is I think DDG understands how social media works. So if he's just being a complete a-hole, I think he realizes how badly that looks on him. I genuinely don't think he's that type of guy when interacting with people. So people grew really fond of him. Aiden Ross kept having him back. I wouldn't say he became a staple, but they built this strong relationship because people authentically mess with DDG. He was real. And same thing with this Plaqueboymax thing. Like, DDG pulls up, he records with him. He's one of the bigger rappers that went on there. Like, there was, who else? D Savage. If I think about it, DDG, when you talk about like who's had a platinum hit that went on there first, I think it was DDG. Or the biggest hit. Moonwalking in Calabasas was really, really big. And DDG is like, what, a B-tier celebrity now? Especially after having been with, was it Halle or Chloe? No, I think it was Halle Bailey. I don't know too much about those sisters. Or like to distinguish the names. I know like what one does and what the other one does. But the names just escape me because I don't really see their faces too often. Anyway. So he shows respect to him. Which, shout out to DDG for him. And I hope he continues to win. At the same time, during this era, or during this week, I should say, Drake was doing a stream Christmas giveaway with Aiden Ross. It was Aiden Ross's comeback stream to Kick. And they play this clip where he mentions Plaqueboymax. And he's like, man, I think Aiden Ross might laugh at me if I'm watching this. I was watching it for like an hour straight. And Plaqueboymax reacts to that. So I'll play you guys that clip right now.
And I was like watching like Plaqueboymax.
Yeah.
I was watching like a live studio session and shit. And I was like, yo, Aiden would just troll me so hard for watching this. I watched it for like an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Told y'all, bro. He's really tapped in. Really
One thing I will say, and this is me keeping it tall. I don't like, even though it's like Drake, I don't like how he said that shit. I don't fuck with that shit at all. How he said it, he was like, he laughed like, I was watching Plaqueboymax. Like, what are you laughing at? I don't fuck with that shit. I was talking to my cousin about it. I'm like, what are you laughing at? Why would Aiden troll you for watching this? Like, this shit a game or something. But still, he's still showing love. He's still supporting. He's still watching. You feel me? I'm just keeping it a buck. Once you stop keeping it a buck with niggas, it's like now you like, you feel me? It's like you got to keep it a buck with niggas at all level because if you stop doing that, then when you do keep it a buck, niggas like, oh, why you not dick sucking no more? You feel me? So I just got to be honest.
So from this clip, you could tell that Max has a level of respect for himself. And I'm going to say that Kai Cenat was the first one to really step down on this when it came to Ye and John Monopoly, who was Ye's manager, where they were trying to play Kai Cenat. Let's not say it in any other way. Let's not mince words. And y'all know how much I mess with Ye. But even I called out Ye for this at the time. Like, yo, you guys can't treat this guy like this. It's not right. Those days are over. Those days are completely over. So here with Max, me personally, I don't know if it was disrespectful. I think I would have just, I think it's in between them. I don't think Drake was trying to knock it or anything. But some people were saying that, oh, Max was overreacting. Like, who does this guy think he is? But, yo, he's a guy that respects his work. And to him, and I would understand if it was so if Drake said this about Kai Cenat, I would kind of understand because Kai Cenat is so animated. Kai Cenat is producing a kids and early teenagers show. Maybe some people in their early 20s watch it, but let's just be real here. He can try to deny it all he wants. But I don't know if Plaqueboymax is like that. From what I've seen, Plaqueboymax, he probably has a similar audience, but I do think he has a lot of people from 18 to 24 too. Because he's a little bit calmer. Like, he's animated when he needs to be. But he's not doing the most. Like, he's not jumping around. He's not screaming, yelling. I feel like how he acts on stream is how he would act off stream. And that's not to knock Kai Cenat, but like, Kai Cenat's also trying to become an actor. So him acting on stream, being more animated. Let's not say acting, because I don't think he's being a different person. Him being more animated is him practicing what he wants to do eventually and where he wants to take it. So people were up in arms about this. I like this. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to show respect for your work. If you don't like something, you should voice it. And people didn't do this for so long because their thought, and people still don't do this. Their thoughts are, man, like, what if they don't mess with me? What if they think I'm being disrespectful? Okay, so what if? The hell? Like, you don't need these people. Even a Drake. And then he gets followed by Drake. So Drake follows him, and he talks about the situation afterwards, which is a good lesson for a lot of people, especially people that love Drake and make content. See, this is a beautiful resolution to all of this. It didn't need to go anywhere. And I do think that the reason why this happened is because Drake is unlike TJ and Fabio Foreign. If Plaqueboymax had said this to TJ, Fabio Foreign, or any number of other rappers, I think their brain would have just short-circuited and they would have just gone aggressive. Be like, man, why he trying to play with me? Like, I can say whatever I want, whatever else. But Drake, he's a smart guy. He's a calm guy. And this is why Drake lasts so long. And people like Lil TJ, Fabio Foreign, Blueface, all these other rappers, they just come and go and people forget about them. Because Drake not only is tapped in to what's happening in every single generation, but he shows respect and tries to assist or be a part of what's happening in every generation. Ye is the same in that regard. Like, Ye working with Cardi. Ye was working with Cudi when Cudi was first coming into the game. All these different acts, they're plugged in and they genuinely respect what's going on here and understand the value it provides for longevity. These other short-sighted rappers, they're not thinking about it like that. And Drake, he's just he's not a dumb guy. And I genuinely believe that Drake appreciates somebody like this where he's like, okay, this guy's got a big young audience, but not only that, he's willing to give me actual feedback and give me an authentic opinion that I know is not coming from a place of deriding. And he's a fan of Drake. Like, there was when For All the Dogs was coming out, the guy dressed up as Drake. I'll play you guys a really, really short clip of that.
It's Drake Day, bro. This Drake. Drake saved the world in approximately 18 minutes. Drake saved the world in approximately 17 minutes, my nigga. Got the chains, because you know Drake always expensive. Got the clips in, bro. That's that new DLC. I stay updated. See? There niggas go, bro. What you mean?
So he dressed up as Drake. He was doing like a fun little cosplay in the lead up to the album drop. And somebody like this is so valuable for an individual like Drake, even if they don't do anything publicly, because you know you're getting a genuine opinion from them. So if he sends him some tracks, he's like, man, I'm not feeling this. Like, this isn't cool. This is X, Y, and Z. He knows he's not going to sugarcoat it. Whereas there are a bunch of content creators who Drake has even like linked up with or spoken to that are Drake glazer. It's a Krispy Kreme factory, the amount of glaze that they're just dropping on those donuts. And I don't think Drake can trust their feedback because these guys just say anything Drake does is amazing. He's the greatest ever. He didn't lose the beef. All these other takes that they have where he may appreciate them, of course, because they're putting him in a positive light, but there's no way he respects their opinion. And that is something that's very, very important for anybody that's successful and wants to stay successful in doing something, not just creative, but in general. Now, there are some people that have such a big ego, like Ye, where this flips, where if someone says, like, yo, Ye, I don't think I mess with this. Like, this isn't hard. Like, this is better. And Ye thinks that is better. Yeah, he's probably tossing you out of there. He's not like, okay, I appreciate your opinion, and keeps it pushing. He's like, yo, you're an idiot. Get the hell out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. So I think that's the difference between Ye and Drake. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm glad to see more of this. All of these guys, these young guys, I continue to wish them well. And yeah, it's an amazing thing to see. And it's a good lesson. Like, this guy's young. I think, what is he, like 22, 23? I'm pretty sure he's got to be under 23. He might even be like, I think he's around the same age as Kai Cenat. So these guys are teaching lessons that grown men that are older than them aren't adopting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.